Hello and welcome to What's Next Weekly, Premier NX's weekly podcast for forward-thinking leaders who aren't just keeping up with change, they're defining what comes next.
I'm Sophia Grant.
And I'm Alex Reed. Each week, we break down the biggest challenges and opportunities in business growth, digital transformation, and AI, giving you the insights you need to lead with confidence.
In today's episode, we're tackling a crucial question for mid-market businesses. What happens after your ERP system goes live? We'll explore why the real work and value begin after implementation, how to build the operating layer that most businesses don't plan for, and why the right partner is key to turning your platform into a source of operational clarity, not complexity.
Let's get started.
To kick things off, imagine spending a year building your absolute dream house.
Right.
You finally get the keys, you pop the champagne on move-in day, and then you realize you forgot to install the plumbing.
Oh man, yeah, that is a total nightmare.
Right, and that is essentially what happens to a lot of mid-market companies when they launch a new ERP.
Yeah, it's such a painful realization for them. They cut the ribbon on their enterprise resource planning system.
The digital nervous system.
Exactly, the digital nervous system.
Yeah.
And they just think they've crossed the finish line, when in reality, they've only just started.
Yeah. So for today's deep dive, we're tackling exactly the go live illusion.
Right.
We're exploring why the real work with a platform like Odoo actually begins after the implementation.
Yeah.
And how to build what's called the operating layer to keep your business from turning into a tangled, chaotic mess.
It's a really crucial topic because right now, especially in the mid-market space, there is just this absolute obsession with the implementation phase.
Oh, 100%.
Like everyone is laser focused on, picking modules, migrating data, configuring initial workflows.
Getting it all set up.
Exactly. But the harsh reality in the industry right now is that the actual tangible value of an ERP simply isn't realized the second it goes live.
No, it's not.
It has to organically evolve alongside the organization.
Yeah. Because day one is just the fresh paint, right? The house looks great. But once Odoo is actually embedded into the company's daily life, workflows inevitably shift.
They always do.
Yeah. Reporting logic gets refined. It's living in the house, maintaining it, fixing the quirks as the seasons change. That actually makes it functional.
Exactly. And the numbers really back up that house analogy.
Yeah.
None of these operational shifts feel dramatic on a random Tuesday,
Yeah.
but together they completely redefine how the business operates.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting, though. What happens when the friction actually hits? Because things will start to feel clunky post-launch.
Oh, inevitably.
And the reflex I see constantly is to just, buy another tool, reporting feels slow, buy a reporting app.
Right, workflow gap. Grab a third-party plugin.
Exactly.
You call that the app reflex. And it's such a dangerous trap.
Yeah.
Because without proper governance, buying yet another tool doesn't actually remove your complexity.
It just adds to it.
Yeah, it just redistributes it. You end up with this fragmented ecosystem because you're missing what's known as the operating layer.
So let's unpack that term a bit. What exactly is an operating layer?
So think of it as the human and structural translator sitting above the technology.
Okay.
It's the agreed-upon logic that determines how finance, HR, and ops actually interact with each other in reality.
Right. Rather than how the software assumed they would.
Exactly.
Okay, but I have to push back here a little bit. If this operating layer is the secret sauce to keeping things running smoothly, why don't companies just map it out and staff for it from day one?
Just build the plumbing before you move in.
Yeah, just do it right from the start.
Well, because you physically can't map it all in advance.
Really?
Yeah, you cannot perfectly predict how a new sales process is going to bottleneck the finance team until they are, actively living inside the system.
Oh, right.
Running real messy scenarios.
Ah, I see. So you have to actually live in the kitchen to realize the island is in the wrong spot.
Precisely. The need for that layer only emerges gradually over time.
Makes sense.
And that puts companies in a really tricky position, what we call the muddy middle.
The muddy middle.
Yeah, you can't build it perfectly on day one, but you absolutely shouldn't just slap a Band-Aid app on it on day 100.
So how do you navigate that then?
Well, this is where the concept of an operating partner becomes critical. You don't just need an IT vendor to install the software, right?
Right.
You need a partner who translates those evolving business needs across departments to establish that shared logic.
Right. And looking at the broader picture, this is the driving force behind frameworks like Prime. which stands for plan, recommend, implement, manage, enhance.
Yeah.
But what really stands out to me isn't the acronym itself, it's that implement is sitting right smack in the middle.
Yes. That is the paradigm shift right there.
Yeah.
Go live is just a milestone. It's not the end of the project. An operating partner manages the long-term change. They constantly tweak that operating layer so that when your company grows, the system scales with operational clarity.
Instead of breaking under the weight of a dozen different workarounds.
Exactly.
It completely reframes how we look at enterprise software.
It really does.
You aren't buying a finished product, you're adopting a continuous operating model.
And committing to the long-term governance required to unlock its actual value.
Which leaves us with a great question for you to mull over. Take a look at your own organization's tech stack right now. Are you actively building an operating layer that connects your teams, or are you just collecting new apps to cover up the friction? Something to think about.
And that brings us to the end of our discussion on moving beyond Odoo implementation to building a sustainable operating model. We hope this gives you a clearer perspective on how to structure your business around the platform to support long-term growth.
Absolutely. The real takeaway is that the journey doesn't end at go live. That's where it truly begins. If today's episode resonated with you, please subscribe to What's Next Weekly on YouTube so you never miss a conversation. Leaving a like or comment helps us connect with more leaders like you.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your biggest takeaway from today? Are you experiencing the muddy middle with your ERP? Share with us on LinkedIn by tagging Premier NX and using the hashtag What's Next Weekly.
For more insights and to catch up on past episodes, head over to our YouTube channel.
A quick note, this podcast episode is based on articles and industry insights and was produced with the support of Google AI services.
Join us next week on What's Next Weekly, Premier NX's weekly podcast, where we'll continue exploring how to turn today's operational challenges into tomorrow's growth opportunities.
Until then, keep building what's next.